There's an unconscious covenant in international development. It's often unspoken. I call it the Enlightenment framework. Modern development, whether it's World Bank driven or CETA or USAID, assumes that the good life is based on universal literacy, access to preventative health, so that because 90% of diseases in the tropics are preventable, gender equality, because these societies traditionally often were polygamous. That goes against the whole grain of modernity. I came to East Africa in 1985 humbly as a student, recognizing that cultures are really different, as I said before, and not just superficially different. Now, I happened to find myself plopped down in the middle of a major United Nations project, which was supposed to be the pilot project for helping nomads in arid lands deal with modernity. And so I saw white Toyota Land Cruisers, planes, two-way radios, people making $50,000, $60,000 a year, bringing in European diplomats to show what's going on. And from the point of view of as one Irish friend would say, Paddy Rendilly on the ground, there was an incredible disjunction. And I found an incredible confidence among the development community that, yes, these people don't have clean water, they don't have the basics of, if 90% of tropical diseases are preventable, we can do it. So even if we believe in 18th century Enlightenment values that everyone deserves water, health, education, up to modern standards, and gender equality, okay, no more female circumcision, no more polygamy, how do you bring about that change? So we have the problem in development of how do you direct cultural change? How do you direct medical change? Is it in practices or is it in attitudes? And this is highly debated to this day. These are usually people who sit in head offices and who don't quite realize that they're the liberal democratic version of utopian ideology. It's very, very hard, I think, for people in Europe and North America to recognize that the things that we hold to be natural are really cultural. In other words, our demand and expectation of a modern health system is very historical. There has to be a series of reasonable expectations and even intergenerational expectations, in the sense that if you take a group like the Rendilly, those who are non-literate warriors and shepherdesses, by the time they're 18 to 20, there isn't much that you can do with them. You may have to start with the next generation. Now, you'll hear that a lot off the record at dinner with people in the field who are hired to run projects, but you won't necessarily hear it at head office. So there's an incredible tension in international development between the gradualists and, for lack of a better word, the impatient people at the head office. Do the Turkana, who love to raid and live for their cattle, really want the things that we believe that they need in the world of development, as defined by this water, health, education, gender equality, governance mantra? And some of them say no. Some of them say, go away. We don't want you here.